so today I'm here with a spoiler-free review of By Your Side by Kasie West. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Emma and I talk all about books, and books. So By Your Side follows Autumn, a typical teenager who has anxiety and is just wanting to hang out with her friends and of course fall in love with the cute guy she has a crush on. So when Autumn gets herself locked in a library for the weekend, she doesn't think anything else could get worse. Who would want to be stuck in a library for an entire weekend? I would, but that's just me. But that's before she realizes that she's also stuck in the library with Dax Miller, a loner at school where everybody thinks he's been to jail and has killed people and, you know, all the regular teenage school talk. So Dax Miller is not the kind of guy she finds it amazing to be stuck with. She'd rather be stuck in a library with Jeff, her longtime crush, but she reminds herself it's just a weekend and he'll be back to get her any minute now. She can make it. Only he doesn't come and neither do her friends come, so she's literally stuck in the library for the entire weekend because it falls on holiday. So not only is it just 2 days, she's stuck in there for 4 days. So it becomes clear to Autumn that she's going to be stuck there for a few days and she's going to have to talk to Dax Miller, she's going to have to eat out of a vending machine and have whatever that mystery pasta-like thing is in the refrigerator. Except that there's more to Dax Miller than meets the eye, and Autumn learns this and she finds herself connecting and getting closer to him over that weekend, and it kind of becomes a bit of trouble in their lives when they finally get out of the library. So to Autumn, she's trying to figure out, well, will my new friendship with Dax survive being outside in the real world, or will it all crumble around her and she's just completely stuck in a dark spiral of teenagehood? I don't know, so that's why I read it. What I really loved about this book is that it's definitely a light read. You're not going to go in with deep, dark, seated secrets. There is no depth to this book besides some of the past that Dax goes through. He has a difficult life, but other than that, it's very light, it's fluffy, it's a happily ever after, so don't go in thinking that this will have huge dark topics to think about. It's super easy, quick read. What I also loved about this book is her family. She has severe anxiety when it comes to being social, and they are so great about it. They're understanding. They're like, you're cool, we got it, we'll take care of you, you stay here and try to breathe through it. And there was one scene where she had a kind of an attack, and her mom's like, you know what, you stay home, you don't have to go to school for 3 days. I'm like, what? Is that realistic? No, not really. Is it that I'm jealous about her getting to do that? Yes. Very much so. I would love to do that. So I love the scenes between Dax and Autumn in the library. Dax is kind of standoffish and you're trying to get to know him as a character, and Autumn's just like, I don't want to be here, where are my friends, I don't know what's going on, I'm feeling abandoned. But Dax is there and I'm like, girl, how can you be angry? Because one, you're in a library. You could be reading all these books without any interruptions, all you want. What's your heart's desire? And then you got Dax, a really cute guy who's sitting across from you reading a book. But the best part about this book is that it's a happily ever after, so there's no cliffhanger. So I love those two characters together. Their relationship started slow and it slowly gained some speed, so it wasn't like insta-love, which is great after a few books I've read where it's instantly connection and blah 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 whatnot. So here's the bad parts of this book. The stuff I did not like about this book, and unfortunately there's quite a bit. So to us book lovers, being stuck in a library is a dream come true. So to be able to walk around and browse books without annoying people getting in the way, like little 4-year-olds who have no reason to be in the young adult section, are just running back and forth and screaming their little heads off. And obviously the best part is taking in the lines and rows of books to our little heart's desire. That's the best part about being locked in a library. I'd be okay being locked in a library. This book is completely centered around the library, or so the plot description says. Because the whole book is described as being stuck in a library, it's hardly forefront, and that was really disappointing to me. They were only there for a few chapters, not even half the book before they were out and about, and I didn't really understand why you would write the description as it being centered in the library for the entire thing, or if that's how I got it. And since they weren't there most of the time, it was kind of disappointing, and I felt like there was no rhyme or reason for them to be stuck in a library other than that's the first time that they met. And that could have happened at like an ice cream shop or, I don't know, getting drugs off the street. This thing really annoyed me. I had a hard time believing that they're trapped in a library. You're going to tell me there are no working phones in the library. The power was working, it was on, so I couldn't understand why they couldn't call. There was no phones in this library. What library is this? And the computers, you have to have you have to have a librarian sign in to turn them on, and I was thinking this is really weird. I don't know what library she's at, but apparently they've got like max force security on their computers, and I don't know what's going on there, but I think it's a government issue thing. And also, what door does it open from the inside? Can you answer that?
That's a really good question.
So confused, okay? I have too many logical questions for this book, and I need to contact the author to get some answer to put me to rest. So nobody in this book has a personality. I'm literally reading characters with dough for brains. Right? It's like I'm reading drying wallpaper. I can't...
Right, I'm sorry, your analogies are the best.
Oh gosh. I couldn't connect to any of their problems. The fact that our main girl Autumn had anxiety, I could not connect to that whatsoever, even if I do have it. I felt like it was written wrong and unbelievable, and she got out of her anxiety attacks way too easy. It was just, it drove me nuts because I felt nothing for these characters, no connection whatsoever, and that was the biggest downfall of this book. Because you can have a bad plot or whatever, but the characters have to have some oomph to them. But no, it's wallpaper and dough. So Dax has not a dark past, I would say, because I told you it's not dark and full of depth, but we do learn a bit about his past, and it's not happy unicorns and rainbows. So here's this guy with his painful past. We know nothing about it, and I feel nothing for him. I feel no connection about his mom being drunk, or that he grew up with that. I don't feel anything to it because there's no depth to him. And again, he's a wallpaper. And what are her friends? What are friends in this book? I don't know, because who of your friends leaves you behind at a library without noticing that you've been left behind? Who unintentionally leaves their best friend at a library? I don't know. And then like not worry about it, I guess. Oh, my voice. Sorry guys, I'm sick, so if I sound weird, that's why. They're just badly written side characters, and they're not winning the Best Friend of the Year award. I don't care what anybody says, they're not getting anything. They're just gonna be tossed aside in the pile of vodka bottles. So there's no plot to the story whatsoever past the library. Okay, like I said earlier, it's not even halfway through the book. It's more like a quarter of a way before they're out of the library, and then there's no plot. It's just her going to the hospital and going home, having a panic attack, seeing Dax and teasing him. That's it. There's nothing else to this book. There's not even a plot of her getting past her anxiety issues or anything like that. It's just words on paper, and I forced myself to finish it because I do not like to DNF a book. I should have, though, because this was just a waste of my time. I hate to say it and be so brutally honest, but that's what I'm here for. This book was a waste of my time. So for sure, this is a light and fluffy read. You've heard what I've had to say about it. So if you're looking for something like that with no depth and dough for brain characters who are drawing wallpaper at the same time, no plot at all to this story, here's a book for you. But I do not recommend this book, and I've given it 2 stars. It has so much potential, but it fell, and I'm so sad about that. It's very unfortunate when books do that. I had hoped it would be this amazing, great read, but it fell flat, and that's all I gotta say about it. So there's the end of my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you read this book? What did you think? Let me know. Comment down below. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.